It's 7 a.m. The alarm blares, slicing through the silence of your room. Another day begins, just like the one before. You reach out, eyes barely open, and silence it with a practiced motion. The world outside is still dark, but inside, a familiar heaviness settles in your chest. You drag yourself out of bed, feet hitting the cold floor, and stumble to the bathroom. The routine is automatic, almost mechanical. Toothbrush, water, splash your face. You barely register your own reflection as you move through the motions. But then you pause. You stare at the man in the mirror. His eyes are tired, his shoulders slumped. He looks older than you remember, weighed down by invisible burdens. There's a sense of disconnect, as if you're looking at a stranger who's just going through the motions of living. On paper, everything seems fine. You have a job, a place to live, maybe even a family or friends who care. Your calendar is full, your bills are paid, and from the outside, it looks like you're doing everything right. But inside, there's a quiet dissatisfaction, a persistent ache that whispers you're meant for something more. It's a sense of being stuck, like you're trapped in a life that doesn't quite fit, wearing a mask that hides your true self. You wonder if anyone else feels this way, or if you're alone in your restlessness. The truth is, you're not alone. This isn't rare. It's the modern condition for many men. Following a script written by someone else, ticking boxes, but feeling lost inside. We're told to be strong, to keep moving, to never show weakness. But beneath the surface, so many are quietly struggling, searching for meaning. Social media only amplifies these feelings. You scroll through endless feeds of curated perfection, smiling faces, big achievements, lives that seem effortless. It makes your own struggles feel bigger, your sense of isolation deeper. You start to believe you're the only one who hasn't figured it out. So you start making compromises. You say yes when you want to say no, agree to things that don't align with your values, and stay quiet when you should speak up. You shrink yourself to fit in, hoping it will make things easier, but it only makes you feel more invisible. Over time, the man in the mirror becomes a stranger. You barely recognize the person staring back at you. You wonder where your spark went, when you stopped dreaming, and how you ended up here. But here's the thing, this feeling of being lost, it's not a flaw, it's a signal. It's a wake-up call from the part of you that knows you're made for more. It's your inner voice urging you to break free from autopilot and start living with intention. You can keep hitting snooze on your life, drifting through days that all look the same, waiting for something to change on its own. Or you can look that man in the mirror in the eye, take a deep breath, and decide, today is the day things start to change. The choice is yours. The first step is simply to wake up and see yourself, truly, for the first time in a long while. Confidence isn't genetic, it's built. That guy who commands a room, he's not a natural, he's practiced. Confidence is a muscle. Nobody's born with it. You build it through reps. It's forged in small, uncomfortable actions, not handed out at birth. The myth of naturals is just an excuse to avoid trying. The most confident people have failed more than you've even tried. They get back up, learn, and go again. Confidence is dynamic, a skill you can develop. Accept that, and you become the architect of your own personality. You hold the hammer and the chisel. You don't build confidence by taking on the world all at once. The truth is, lasting confidence is built brick by brick, not in a single leap. It's easy to look at others and think they were born self-assured, but every confident person you admire started with small, uncertain steps. Start with small, daily wins, tiny challenges just outside your comfort zone. These are the moments that seem insignificant, but they're the foundation of real change. Write down your intentions, check off a task, or simply step outside with purpose. Each act, no matter how minor, is a signal to yourself that you're willing to grow. Make that call you've been avoiding, even if your voice shakes. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself, again and again. Speak up in a meeting, even if your heart races. Each time you push through discomfort, you're teaching your mind that you can handle more than you think. or simply make eye contact and smile at someone you don't know. These moments of connection, however brief, are powerful reminders that you belong in the world. Even making your bed each morning is a win. It sets the tone for the day. It's a promise to yourself that you'll take care of the little things, and that discipline ripples outward. These small acts are reps, declarations that you're in control. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you're building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. They compound, reprogramming your identity from someone who avoids to someone who acts. Over time, you'll notice your self-talk shifting, your posture straightening, your willingness to try new things growing. It's not glamorous, but it's real progress. The world may not notice these victories, but you will, and that's what matters most. One small act of courage doesn't seem like much, but 100 will transform you. Each one is a building block, stacking up until you look back and realize how far you've come. Quiet, consistent effort is the path to unshakable confidence. It's not about grand gestures, but about showing up for yourself day after day, even when no one is watching. Stack those wins. Your life will change. Over time, you'll realize that the person you become is the result of hundreds of small, brave choices. That's how big changes happen, one small win at a time. Mind and body are one system. Build both. Physical weakness drags down your mind. Strength lifts it up. Treat your body as your weapon and your temple. Hard physical exertion, lifting, running, martial arts, teaches you to push through discomfort. Every tough workout proves you can endure and grow. Fuel matters too. Junk food weakens your machine. Quality food powers it. This isn't about six-packs, it's about discipline and self-respect. Make time for physical training. Protect it. The real transformation is internal. More energy, mental toughness, and confidence. Your body becomes proof of your discipline. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of saying yes to every request, every invitation, and every demand on your time. But constantly agreeing to things you don't want to do, or don't have the capacity for, slowly drains your confidence and energy. You might think you're being helpful or accommodating, but in reality, you're sacrificing your own well-being for the sake of others' expectations. Every time you say yes when you really mean no, you chip away at your self-respect. You start to feel resentful, frustrated, and even disappointed in yourself. Over time, this habit can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a sense of losing control over your own life. It's a silent erosion of your boundaries, and it can be hard to notice until you're already overwhelmed. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude or selfish. It's about valuing your own time, energy, and mission. When you communicate your limits clearly and respectfully, you show others that you take yourself seriously. You teach them how you expect to be treated, and you create space for what truly matters to you. Remember, every time you say no to someone else, you're actually saying yes to your own priorities. You're making a conscious choice to invest in your goals, your health, and your happiness. It's not about rejecting people, it's about choosing what's right for you. Protect your time and energy ruthlessly, because no one else will do it for you. The world will always ask for more, but it's up to you to decide what you're willing to give. I once knew a talented designer who was always broke and exhausted. He took on every project, no matter how small or poorly paid, simply because he couldn't say no. He was afraid of missing out or disappointing others. But eventually, he reached a breaking point and finally started turning down work that didn't serve him. The freeloaders and time wasters quickly vanished. Real clients began to respect his boundaries, and his life improved dramatically. He had more time, more energy, and more money than ever before. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's a powerful way to teach others how to treat you, and to remind yourself that your needs matter too. When you stand firm, people notice, and they respond accordingly. If you're not used to it, start small. Politely decline something you don't want to do, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. You'll be surprised at how empowering it feels to honor your own boundaries. The more you practice this skill, the stronger it gets. Over time, saying no becomes second nature, and you'll find yourself living a life that's truly your own. Failure isn't the end. It's part of the process. Every successful person has a list of failures you never see. They don't quit. They learn and adapt. Treat setbacks as training, not defeat. I knew a guy who failed at 3 businesses before his 4th took off. Each failure taught him something vital. His success was built on those lessons. The only real failure is not trying or not learning when you fall. Get in the arena, get knocked down, and get back up. All this talk means nothing without action. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. The gap between who you are and who you want to be is closed by doing the work. Stop spectating. The time for excuses is over. Today is the day. The starting line is now. Pick one small, manageable action. Go for a jog, clean your desk, make that call. Do it now. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's your first win. Every man can build the life he wants, but you have to claim it. Take that first step, then another, and another. The man in the mirror is waiting. Don't let him down.